SeaWorld Orlando, widely regarded as the coaster capital of Orlando. SeaWorld has been thriving to add new coasters each year and have a spot on the map. And they're doing just that. Alright, but how do their coasters rank up? Well, today we're going to rank them all up. Kicking off the list with an honorable mention, going to Journey to Atlantis. This is a mock rides water coaster. It features a small roller coaster section, but nothing huge, so it's not really a major coaster, and I don't feel it deserves a spot on my list ranking as a coaster. Alright, well, let's jump on over to number 7 with Super Grover's Boxcar Derby. This opened in 2006. It's a kiddie coaster made by Zero. It's a great ride. Doesn't feature any crazy elements. It's also just super great for anybody just trying to get into riding roller coasters, and it's a great ride for anyone's first roller coaster. Moving on over to number 6, we have Penguin Trek. This opened in 2024. I personally do not like Penguin Trek the most. It has one of the worst B&M rattles that I have experienced, and many agree with me on that. It's kind of uncomfortable, and you can feel the shake of the train as it goes around the track. Alright, moving on down to number 5, Icebreaker. This is definitely a controversial take, but I put Icebreaker at number 5 because it's a little uncomfortable with the trains, and it's kind of a short ride. Icebreaker opened in 2022. It's manufactured by Premier Rides. So Premier is well known for their uncomfortable trains because they're tiny. They feature comfort collars, and they're just not the most accessible trains. But since Icebreaker got its comfort collars removed, it did go up in my rankings a little bit, but not by much. And it did not go up in my SeaWorld rankings because you can still feel it's a little uncomfortable with the small trains and the way the lap bar is positioned on your body. But I'm hoping Premier, with their new generation trains that will be featured on Alpine Fury, I think that's how you say it, coming to Canada's Wonderland in 2025. I hope that the new trains will be awesome and are more accessible and comfortable for riders. Alright, well, let's move on down to number 4, Kraken. Kraken is also a hot topic for being placed here. Some would change Kraken and Icebreaker. Kraken's definitely an older B&M, opening in 2000. It's a little rough and uncomfortable, but because it does not feature the vest restraints, you might get some headbanging. The restraints are not too bulky, but they're the classic B&M restraints, which I prefer more than the vest restraints. You get more airtime, and it's less restrictive. It also does not hurt your collarbone and chest. So Kraken is still just a great ride. It's super intense. B&M did a great job on this floorless coaster. I love the aspect of no floor. I do think that it could use a retrack. It would definitely not hurt. But I don't want them to change the trains. I love the trains that are on Kraken. They don't have the vest, which make a huge difference. And Kraken is also like a pretty long ride, so you get to experience the actual layout for a longer time, unlike a lot of other coasters at SeaWorld. Alright, well, now we're in the top 3. But before we get to the top 3, I just want to ask you to like, subscribe, and share. It helps me out so much. I hope you consider doing it, and make sure to turn notifications on while you're at it so you never miss one of my newest videos coming out. Well, number 3, Manta. Manta opened in 2009. It's manufactured by B&M, and it's a flying coaster. Flying coasters are usually more intense rides, and Manta sure does not disappoint. It's quite intense, especially on that pretzel loop. You cannot feel your face. It's kind of funny. But I love a good intense ride, and Manta definitely satisfies that. Although the operations are a little slow and could use some work, it's understandable. B&M flying coasters are kind of hard to load efficiently. But SeaWorld does a pretty decent job at doing it. I definitely recommend you either ride this in the morning or towards the end of the night when the line is shorter, because it's also at the front of the park. Plus, it features one super cool element, also maybe known as the world's most famous coaster element with the water feature. It features that turn into those jets, which shoot up. You might get a little water on your face. Manta features a couple of inversions. It does feature a mid-course, so it might slow the train down just a bit, but not too much to really hurt the ride. Alright, moving on down to the top two. Kicking off the top two, we have Pipeline the Surf Coaster. Alright, most people would regard Pipeline as the #1 coaster at SeaWorld, but I don't. Pipeline opened in 2023. It's manufactured by B&M. It's the first of its kind. It's a new generation surf coaster, so it does feature some problems that I'm sure B&M will work out. But one thing I like about Pipeline, and it being a new B&M, it doesn't feature that bad of a rattle. And it's a decently long ride, but it's still kind of short. And just the aspect of going up and getting airtime on a standing coaster is amazing. You shoot up. It's like funny, and it's a coaster that will always put a smile on my face and make me laugh. Alright, and the #1 coaster at SeaWorld goes to Mako, manufactured by B&M, which is quite the trend here at SeaWorld. Most of their coasters are manufactured by B&M. Mako opened in 2016. It's a great ride. It's a B&M hypercoaster, meaning it's 200 plus feet. You get some awesome airtime, floater, and a couple of ejector moments on this ride. It features a little bit of all. It's not too intense. Plus, if you ride in the back row, you are going to get whipped down that drop. I love Mako. The operations are also fast, which is just something to note. The Mako crew is always pumping those trains out. They're probably the fastest crew at SeaWorld. So, I love Mako. It's a great B&M hyper, full of airtime, a little bit of intensity, not too much though, and it's just an enjoyable ride in general. Anyways, thank you for watching my video today. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time on Carolina Coasters.